the Citadel. And see, friend, you really should be speaking. Well, it was a one, my father. I found my mom. The raiding started before long. I'd come outside at dawn and that was the first time in 5 generations my family started locking its doors at night. We knew the guards from Whiterun weren't going to help us. One night, when we had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who it was and what they wanted. I took my father's axe and pulled the door open real quick. Before he knew it, that bandit had my father's axe right down the middle of his skull. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was burned to rubble. My family slaughtered like cattle. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. It still burns whenever I think about it. Well, at least I got one of the bastards. Cleaved that grin of his right in half. Sometimes it helps me get to sleep at night. Sometimes. Anyhow, after that I drifted some. Took odd jobs. I started taking things. Just small things. Carrots and cabbages. Just enough to survive. I wasn't. And then one day, I watched myself break into some guy's farmhouse and help my... Next thing I knew, I was looking for a place to die. And I found the entrance to this place. And that shaft. And I started my life over again. Well, I'm a farmer. But the land I work isn't mine. Metellus had declared himself Jarl and claimed all the farmland before I got here. I'm not. All I've ever wanted is to make a living by working the land. But it seems someone always has to go and steal the fruits of my labor. That bloody Jarl. He's no better than the bandits who destroyed my life. Only difference is he used... But fair enough. See you around.
Welcome, love. It's hard work. Probably harder than being Jarl.
You there?
Strange. It looks like you just came out of the Jarl's private lake house. Yeah, well, just don't hurt anyone. The Jarl can tell you more, and help you get settled in.
Follow me.
So, this is our farmland where we grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you ever want is cabbage and potato. If you have goods, the merchants at the market up ahead will be happy to see you. Most of us have few belongings, just what we brought in with us.
Morning, Gulvar.
Morning, Nismar.
Above us is the sun under the ground. It's strange and no substitute for the real sun, of course, but
these days it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the citadel folk. Take Chipmanct, for example, standing up there on his balcony looking down on us. Just look at him.
yeah, you're a really big man, aren't you?
Milk drinker.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your strapping new friend, Gulvar?
We're on our way to see the Jarl. There will be time for you to get your claws into our friend here later.
I look forward to it. You should come for a drink at my tavern, the Golden Sentinel, tonight. Just about everyone's there after dark.
Be careful with Rastasia. She... well... it's not my place to say. There's enough gossip in this place as it is. It's a small city after all. Only 24 of us at the moment. 23 if you don't count Brandis, who's halfway to the next life. Luke is barely managing to keep him alive. This is the Citadel, where the Jarl and his guests live. If you manage to worm your way in with them, you might get to live here too.
Gulvar, what do you think you're doing? You're meant to be working the Jarl's farm, not trudging dirt into his citadel.
Chipmanct, take it easy, would you? I was just showing our new friend here to the Jarl.
Well, how about you get back to work, and I take our new friend the rest of the way? If you don't work, none of us eat, Gulvar. Remember that.
How could I forget? Fine, I'll get back to work. It was nice meeting you, my friend. Stop by for a chat anytime you like.
I'm sorry about that. That probably sounded a bit harsh, but it's my job to make sure we all have enough to eat. I'm Chipmanct. Let's head up to the next floor then, shall we? Stay close behind me. Wouldn't want you getting lost now, would we? It's good to see a new face here. Haven't had any new arrivals in a while. Since Marius. But he mostly keeps to himself. Bit secretive, actually. Most people are pretty friendly though, and so they should be. This is the closest you'll get to Sovngarde in all of Tamriel. No crime, no conflict. Most folk don't even bother locking the doors. Even if you could steal something without breaking the dwarves' law, it's not as if you could sell it to anyone here.
Oh, welcome. I'm Gaia. Do come and say hello when you're free.
Always got her nose buried in a book, that one. Helps out Brawl down in the city, our resident expert about the history and laws of the Dwemer. Last I heard, they were trying to track down some dwarven artifacts. Should ask Brawl about it, if you're into that sort of thing. This is the Citadel kitchen. Remember to be polite to our cook Asanshi. She does her best with what she has, which isn't much. Now let's head up to the Jarl's floor. Alright, so we're about to meet Jarl Metellus. There's a couple of things you should know about him, if you want to make a good impression. First, he was the first one here. Well, he was here before the rest of us anyway. So the Citadel is his, and we're all his guests. Second, he's very protective of this place, and won't tolerate anyone disturbing the peace. So be on your best behaviour, and you should be fine. This is the top of the Citadel. The bathhouse is off limits, and I'm not even sure what's behind the gold door. Only the Jarl has ever gone in there. Alright, you're on your own from here. I've got lazy farmers to supervise. Good luck with the Jarl, and I'll see you around.
The Jarl's waiting for you. What? Did you say something to me? No use talking to me, young'un. Can't hear a word you're saying. Both me ears went years ago. Still got my one good eye, though. All I need. Used to be a vigilant of You make sure you put some distance between you before you kill it. Otherwise, whoosh. Eyes, ears, and hair gone. All at the same time.
There's a face I don't recognize. Welcome to my city. I'm Jarl Metellus. Tell me, what is your name? It's always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Luki. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city? I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us? That's exactly what I saw when I first discovered this place, several years ago. It seems whatever happened then is going to happen again. I think it has something to do with the dwarves' lore. This is bad. Yes, you see, this warning. The truth is, I've used the dwarves' lore to frighten my people. Let me think. You've helped me a great deal by bringing this note to my attention. I need you to You must work out who. As Jarl, I authorize you to go anywhere you need. I can't promise either of those things, but I will certainly do everything with it. And of course, if you decide to stay. Now what do you say? Will you help me? Thank you. If it helps you, you're welcome. Goodbye for now, and good luck. I don't need to tell you. What will happen if you fail?
I saw a man come down the shaft, but he was armed and he looked like a looter. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarf.
Thought I heard something. Hey, watch it!
Ha! Found you! Is it over? Oh, thank the gods. What a relief. We're so... Thank you so much. If there's ever anything my husband Habik and I can do to... Oh, there's not... not that you don't look good now. I guess that's why they've got me sweeping the... Did you see? And why? The worst part is we left Solitude... Of course. Oh. No offense, but I'd rather not talk about it. But if you're interested, you can talk to my husband, Habik, in his shop, Firefly Finery. All right. Quintus? No, there's no... Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
What is it? I'm sorry, what's my story? What in oblivion is your story? I don't care. So work hard and do what I tell you, or you'll wish you died and gone to oblivion. Got it? Nonsense. So I'll speak to you and the other peasants as I see fit, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm a Breton from Hyra. Some days I just can't believe. I feel like we're on the brink of some amazing... I could, but Brawl knows much more than I do. You should be able to find him in his chamber. Now that you mention, there's a big... I need that. The trouble is, I've tried the only thing I haven't tried is violence. And you know how that would end. Thank you. If you do manage to get it, you're welcome to keep it. I just need to have a quick look at it, that's all.
Everybody's talking about how... Why, you think if you... Well, fine. That I was bored. I was a... If I haven't touched the stuff since. Still get the cravings. Sometimes I'd kill for one last bottle. But no point in thinking about it down here. Bye.
Heard you held back an invasion all on your own. That's fine work. My story? I was doing pretty... I have. Meanwhile, I'm stuck down here, supervising workers. Well, I'd be lying if I said they're happy. But I'd also be lying if I said... But they seem to have an hard time grasping that somebody around here's got to work the farms, or we all starve. Gulver's the worst. Seems like a decent man at... Of course, down here with the dwarves law, a bad temper could land us all in a lot of trouble. I'd keep an eye on that one, if I were you.
Miranda told me you cut down those... The Jarl says he likes to keep us... This... But I came back. I went instead, so we left. Wandered Skyrim for a while. The dwarf... But maybe... So... But I'd be risking the lives of everyone here. And I just don't want to be responsible for that. Don't be a fool. That sort of... All right. Only the finest clothes in town. See you again soon. welcome to Firefly. Ah, you saw my note. Thank you. It was the only... So I'll bet that somebody, somewhere in the city, knows a way down there. And who knows...
Hey! I hear you done... Me? Wait. Oh, no. Someone just slid another letter under my door. Could you... do me a favor and grab that before anyone else sees it? Well... What did it say? Well, look, somebody just... I saw enough, so I hid. But that... Needless to say... But at least down here, No, it wouldn't usually bother. But if these threads keep getting worse... What? I'd start by working out who uses dread ink, or...
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Run! Everyone run!
Heard you go to kill those looters. Get out of my face, milk drinker. My problem is that Seems like I'm the only one. I don't know. But did you ever get... What about it? It's not for sale. Oh, well in that... Nope. This is the only... Not going to happen. Uh-huh.
I hear you're handy in a fight. It's hard work. No. Doing... But live and let live, I say. Long as I have a roof over my head and food on my table, and good neighbors...
Hey, you're the one who... I don't see why I should share it with you. See you later.
I heard you took care of some looters. You want to hear about little old me? Have you seen Rygus walking around in that shine? Only one, but then again, just sits there, night after night. Poor guy. Take a good look. See anything? Come and visit me again anytime you like.
Working hard?
Name's Castellus Vitus, military engineer. Now that's just the sort of cowardly nonsense I'd expect from a Stormcloak sympathizer. Well, I suppose you're right. But don't think that friendship will last. Spit it out, then. Suspicious? Well, lately, I'll be damned if I know where it's coming from, but it's not Gaia next door, so who? Yes, well, there's a single pipe on the top, but that's not all. The dwarves were brilliant engineers. Ah, yes. How complicated? Well, I've... But whenever you see one of these things, remember, someone or Jarl's got door hinges, but it's a good idea to make yourself useful around here. No doubt the Jarl will make good use of your skills too, whatever those might be.
Get away from me, peasant. I don't want anyone seeing us together.
You there. I'm beyond help. The potions do nothing. And I don't. Stendar. He plants these images in my head. He shows me secrets. Made me come here. Something terrifying. Deep, but the...
Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with my... Well, that's not... Second. And finally, my story is really... Well, why didn't you say so? Well, I believe such an event, but to this... And we may never know. As long as nobody attacks or steals. That is... I must Of course. I'm sure we have nothing to worry... Ah, yes. It all but killed Brandis when he went down there. But he didn't have a full set. Time travel. I gave up on that idea. Can I ask what the nature of your interest is in this? I don't quite know what to say to that. How can I put this charitably? Perhaps you're tired and emotional and need some rest. But I always enjoy discussing my theories with a receptive mind, so I'll humor you. What did you want to ask? For argument's sake, if you found yourself in that position, you'd have only two options. To live out your days in the past, or force a paradox. A paradox, you see, would it... But you'd be taking... Some say that... But me... I believe that, well, let's say for argument's sake that you really have traveled here from the future. You could create a paradox in a few different ways. Essentially, You could do anything that would remove your means or motivation to return to the past. For example, or that would mean, of course, that you will never have been able to travel back in time. Another paradox. But if you really are from, I think it's best if we talk about something else. Farewell. Come back if you think of any questions.
Oh, a new... but I wouldn't trust anyone else around. Oh, don't get me... But you know what? I mean, people are still best. Yes, what about him? He came here. Now, none of us know exactly. All I know is nobody with half a brain... Yes, what about him? Oh, I see. Or Brandis. At least he's no longer suffering. And let that be a lesson to anyone thinking of entering the tunnels under the city. Fine, just walk away.